I'm 680 News business editor Irene Preklet. Well, it was expected, and this afternoon it was confirmed. The U.S. Federal Reserve leaving its key interest rate unchanged. But the Fed signaling it's prepared to start cutting rates if needed to protect the U.S. economy from trade conflicts and other threats. Of course, trade troubles with China have been an ongoing issue for the U.S. That will be addressed next week at the G20 summit in Japan. The Fed's benchmark rate has not changed since December, but there are predictions of at least one rate cut sometime this year. Well, if you are the one doing the grocery shopping, you have probably noticed that the cost of food, it has gone up. In particular, the cost of fresh veggies. That in part has led to higher inflation in Canada. StatsCan says the annual pace of inflation picked up in May as the consumer price index rose 2.4% compared with a year ago. That's the largest increase since October of last year. The move compared with a 2% increase in April and was the fourth straight month of rising year-over-year increases. Among the big gainers, food prices up 3.5%. And here's something to chomp on. Fresh veggies. Those prices climbed a whopping 16.7%. That is the largest year-over-year increase since February of 2016. But while food is costing more, we did pay less to fill up our cars. Gas was down 3.7% compared with a year ago. The rise in prices put inflation ahead of the Bank of Canada's ideal target rate of inflation, which is 2%. Well, the Conference Board of Canada says tax revenues from cannabis in the last fiscal year, well, they were lower than expected, so apparently not smoking hot. StatsCan says federal and provincial governments earned about $186 million in cannabis-related revenue in the period from October to the end of March. It says Ottawa earned about $55 million, while provincial governments got about $132 million. The Conference Board says tax revenue took a hit partly due to the bumpy rollout of legalization last fall, but governments can expect strong growth going forward. From the 680 News Business Center, I'm Irene Preklet for City News.